For a player like Lionel Messi, the term his prime doesn't seem to apply because the line just goes up here. It doesn't seem to drop. So the idea that these years, it's crazy to think that there's a possibility that they might have been wasted.
Yeah, it's scandalous really when you think about it. Given they've been blessed, so fortunate to have this guy since he was a kid, and what should have been, you know, culminating in him maybe winning 6-7 Champions Leagues, they've wasted the last few years. There's no getting away from that. It's inexcusable. But at the very least, as a president or as a club, it's your responsibility to have a clear, coherent strategy. And Barcelona don't seem to have that. We see the scattergun approach to transfers. So it's a farce, and it's all of their own making. That's the thing. When I was watching the game last week, and they were being beaten 8-2, and it wasn't a surprise. That stood out for me more than anything. It was actually, we could see it coming. If you've watched Barcelona for a year or 2 years, you saw this coming. Coutinho, they overpaid for him. They didn't know where to put him. He comes on and he scores, 2 goals and he sets up a goal at the end of the game. And you're just thinking, this symbolises Barcelona's recklessness and their waste and their incompetence and their arrogance. That he was started the game on the opposition bench, and their 2 other most expensive players started on the Barcelona bench. So this tells you everything. Everything. It perfectly symbolises how mismanaged the club has been, and the failings ultimately of Bartomeu and the board over the past few years. They had it coming. They deserved this. Messi didn't, and neither did the fans.
We know that Ronald Koeman's got a huge job on his hands as he comes in, and he can't be guaranteed of a long-term future in any kind of sense. But looking at the short term, what can he do to the team? Who can he bring in? Who can he bring through to try and sort of salvage Messi's final years, Messi's twilight years at the club, if he stays?
Best thing, and I think he's the perfect man for that, is finding a real job, a real role for Frankie de Jong. In that aspect, I think that Barcelona will mutate the traditional 4-3-3 for playing with double mid-center, probably Roberto and de Jong, just like Netherlands has been playing in the last seasons. Alba, Busquets are not at the top level, probably Luis Suarez neither, so I think that Koeman will have to build a display for making that these weaknesses doesn't make Barcelona that weak anymore. I'm not saying that Messi would like to see Bartomeu out, but he wants a deep restructuration of the model because he understands that decisions could be taken in a better way. Of course, Messi should learn as well that if he's earning 50 million euro after taxes per season, that means a big obstacle, a big ban for joining new average players. And if he wants Neymar to be back, he must understand that the funds are not infinite, that there are some balances to equilibrate. Barcelona is in the middle of the perfect storm in the institutional aspect, in the sports chapter, in thinking on the financial thing. I don't think that Barcelona is going to be strong enough for rebuilding itself and challenging for the big titles the next season. After the election, before June 2021, let's see, because it's going to be a stormy summer for Barcelona.